In the heart of a lush, serene mountain range, there stood a secluded Buddhist monastery, its tranquility and spiritual aura drawing seekers from distant lands. Nestled amidst the emerald foliage and cascading waterfalls, the monastery was a sanctuary of peace and enlightenment. It was here that our story unfolds, where the power of self-discipline was brought to life through the journey of a young novice named Sujata. Beneath the cerulean sky, with the rustling leaves and distant chants of monks as a backdrop, the monastery seemed untouched by the chaos of the world. In this idyllic setting, Sujata found himself struggling. He had arrived at the monastery with dreams of spiritual awakening, but discipline eluded him like an elusive butterfly. His days were filled with distractions, idleness, and an inability to focus during meditation. Sujata's lack of discipline was evident in his daily life. He would often wake up late, missing the pre-dawn meditation sessions, and instead succumb to the temptation of a few extra hours of sleep. His attention wavered during prayers, and his chores around the monastery were haphazard at best. His fellow novices advanced in their spiritual journeys, while Sujata remained stagnant, like a boat adrift in a tranquil lake. One day, as Sujata half-heartedly swept the monastery courtyard, he noticed a wise old monk observing him from a distance. This monk, Bhante Rajan, had spent a lifetime in pursuit of wisdom and had the keen ability to see through the hearts of those who sought refuge within the monastery's walls. Bhante Rajan approached Sujata with a serene smile, a glimmer of wisdom in his eyes. He beckoned the novice to sit beside him under the shade of a towering Bodhi tree. "Sujata," Bhante Rajan began, "I see your struggle with discipline. Without it, your spiritual journey will be like trying to reach the peak of a mountain with a broken compass. But I believe you can cultivate the discipline you seek. I have a challenge for you, one that will mirror the path you must tread." With an air of mystery, Bhante Rajan produced a tiny lotus seed from the folds of his saffron robe. He held it delicately, as if it were the most precious gem in the world. "This seed," he explained, "represents your journey to develop self-discipline. You must grow a lotus flower from it." Sujata marveled at the minuscule seed resting in his palm, its potential hidden from sight. He nodded, accepting the challenge, though he couldn't fathom the depths of what lay ahead. Sujata's days transformed from a haze of idleness to a disciplined routine. Each morning, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the monastery grounds, he would sit cross-legged beside a small pot of rich soil, holding the tiny lotus seed between his fingers. With unwavering attention, he carefully planted the seed, covering it with soil, and then watered it with great care. But the path to self-discipline was not without its temptations. While his fellow novices engaged in leisure and entertainment during their free hours, Sujata remained committed to his daily ritual. The desire to join them often tugged at him, but he resisted, knowing that his lotus seed required constant care. Weeks passed, and Sujata's daily ritual continued. At last, a tiny shoot emerged from the soil, a tender green promise of life. Sujata's heart swelled with a newfound sense of purpose and accomplishment. This fragile shoot symbolized not only the growth of the lotus, but also the budding of his inner strength and self-discipline. As months passed, the lotus plant grew steadily. Its roots dug deep into the soil, mirroring the roots of discipline taking hold within Sujata's heart. The once petite shoot transformed into a lush, vibrant plant, its leaves unfurling gracefully. Sujata's dedication to his daily ritual mirrored his own growth. He no longer struggled with distractions or laziness. Instead, he embraced the serenity of his task, finding solace in the discipline he had cultivated. Yet, Sujata's journey was not without its trials. As the lotus grew, it faced its own challenges, a storm that threatened to uproot it, pests that gnawed at its leaves, and droughts that parched its roots. Similarly, Sujata encountered obstacles that tested his discipline. He faced moments of doubt, the allure of worldly distractions, and the comfort of the familiar. But he remained steadfast, just as the lotus persevered through adversity. He watered his inner discipline with determination and resilience, shielding it from the storms of temptation. And then, one radiant morning, as Sujata approached the lotus plant, he saw a sight that took his breath away. The lotus had blossomed into a breathtaking flower, its petals unfurled like 1,000 delicate silk sheets, exuding an enchanting fragrance that filled the air. Sujata gazed at the lotus in awe, tears of joy welling in his eyes. This moment, the culmination of months of discipline and dedication, was a testament to the power of self-discipline. The lotus had not only survived, but had thrived. Bhantarajan appeared by Sujata's side, his eyes filled with wisdom. "Sujata," he said, "the lotus you have grown symbolizes your own journey. Just as you nurtured it with unwavering attention and patience, you have nurtured your own discipline. The lotus faced challenges, as did you, but it persevered, as did you. This is the power of self-discipline." Sujata bowed to Bhantarajan, realizing that the lotus seed had been a mirror to his soul. It had shown him that through discipline, one could overcome any obstacle and blossom into their true potential. In the days that followed, Sujata's newfound self-discipline led to profound meditation experiences. His mind, once a turbulent sea of distractions, now resembled a still, reflective pond. He delved into the depths of his consciousness, uncovering wisdom and serenity he had never known. Sujata's journey of self-discipline not only transformed his own life, but also inspired his fellow novices and monks within the monastery. Bhantarajan's teachings on the power of self-discipline became a cornerstone of their spiritual practices. As Sujata gazed upon the lotus in full bloom, he felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for Bhantarajan and the lessons he had imparted. Through the simple act of nurturing a tiny lotus seed, Sujata had discovered the transformative power of self-discipline, a lesson that would guide him on his path to spiritual enlightenment and serve as a beacon of hope for all who sought the same. Word of Sujata's remarkable transformation and the wisdom of Bhantarajan spread like wildfire throughout the monastery. Novices and monks alike sought his guidance, eager to embark on their own journeys of self-discipline. The courtyard where Sujata had once idly swept was now filled with earnest practitioners, all tending to their own symbolic lotus seeds. Sujata's story became a parable, a living testament to the profound change that could occur through self-discipline. Each novice who took up the challenge found that their lotus seeds reflected their inner state, growing as they did. And like Sujata, they encountered challenges and temptations, but with Sujata as their guide, they learned to navigate these obstacles with grace. Seasons passed, and the monastery underwent its own transformation. The once hidden lotus garden, now a vibrant sea of blossoms, drew visitors from far and wide. Pilgrims and seekers sought not only the lotus's serene beauty, but also the teachings of self-discipline and inner strength it embodied. Sujata continued to nurture his own inner lotus, each petal a reminder of his journey. His meditation sessions took him to profound depths of consciousness, and his insights became fountains of wisdom. His reputation as a wise and disciplined monk grew, and he humbly accepted the role of guiding others on their spiritual paths. Bhantarajan, ever the wise mentor, watched with a knowing smile as the monastery thrived with newfound purpose. He recognized that Sujata's journey had not only transformed the novice, but had also breathed new life into the monastery itself. In quiet conversations beneath the Bodhi tree, Bhantarajan would often remind Sujata of the enduring power of self-discipline. The lotus seed was just a symbol, he would say, but the growth it represented is real. Your journey reflects the essence of Buddhist practice, cultivating inner strength to overcome the distractions and temptations of the world. Sujata's fame as a disciplined and wise monk eventually extended beyond the boundaries of the monastery. Visitors from distant lands sought his counsel, and his teachings on self-discipline found resonance with people from all walks of life. He would often tell them the story of the lotus seed, a story that transcended religion and culture. It became a universal parable, reminding people that the power to change, to grow, and to achieve inner strength lay within their own hearts. Years turned into decades, and Sujata grew old. His body weakened, but his spirit remained unyielding. As he lay on his deathbed, surrounded by monks and disciples, he imparted one final lesson. "My dear friends," he whispered, "the journey of self-discipline is eternal. Just as the lotus blooms anew each season, so too can you renew your commitment to inner growth, no matter how many times you stumble. Remember the lotus seed and the wisdom it holds." With those words, Sujata closed his eyes for the last time, leaving behind a legacy of discipline and wisdom that would continue to inspire generations. In the serene mountains of the Buddhist monastery, the lotus garden continued to bloom, and the teachings of self-discipline echoed through the ages. Sujata's story, like the lotus, endured as a reminder that within every soul lies the potential for growth, for transformation, and for the unwavering strength of self-discipline. And so, the monastery remained a sanctuary of peace and enlightenment, a place where seekers could find solace and guidance in their own journeys of self-discovery, just as Sujata had once found his path through the power of self-discipline. The story of the lotus seed and the disciplined novice became a timeless parable, a testament to the enduring human spirit and its capacity for growth, wisdom, and inner strength. In the end, it was not just a story of discipline, but a story of the boundless potential that lay within every individual, waiting to bloom and shine as brightly as the lotus in full blossom.